The Heritage Area Agency on Aging's mission is to plan, fund, and advocate for older adults and their families. And to fulfill this mission, Heritage is dedicated to the National Council on Aging's OneAway campaign. This campaign is working to give older adults a voice on the issue of economic insecurity and to provide an avenue to advocate for all of us during these challenging times. This video will introduce you to a few of the wonderful individuals that are working with Heritage to address economic insecurity and many other important issues.
I've really been involved in political action for a long time, about 40 years. And I think probably I got more intensified in the elderly advocacy after I retired. My husband had been involved in it, and then I understood his needs because he explained it to me, and I had 12 years at least I had been involved in elderly advocacy.
We're coming down, you know, again the 22nd and 23rd to AARP meeting. The 23rd is when we'll be over here.
Do we want one or two?
We want two. Are we on two? Yeah. I'm here because a busload of we senior advocates came down on a Heritage bus. Heritage asked us to come, and we had wanted to come down and talk to legislators about some of our things of interest to seniors. Okay, who do you want to see?
But this year we're hitting a very strong economic blockade, and that's very frustrating. You know the need, and you know some of the money is still there, but you see it going in directions that probably aren't humanistically inclined.
Well, I wanted to talk about home and community-based services. I explained that I broke my wrist a short time ago and that I really know what home and community-based services are. Somebody had to help me in the morning, get up, help me in the evening, go down, because I had a cast all around here. Couldn't do a whole lot of things. My sons brought food to me, and in general, I just had assistants to help me out so I could stay home.
Home and community-based services help financially a great deal. When you consider probably the maximum is around $600. If you were institutionalized and you had to go to a nursing home, it isn't unreasonable that $6,000 a month would be your cost. Another thing we realize that when people go into a nursing home and think they have sufficient funds, most of them within under 3 years are out of funding.
I know how important legislation is, and I hate to say this since I'm a senior as such, but it goes from birth to death, really. You need to have services available for you.
The economic downturn and the cutting of public funding for services are having a negative impact on the economic security of older adults. We cannot turn our back on them. They need our support, and the only way policymakers will know is for people like Betty, Lita, and others to tell their elected officials.
I feel that we shouldn't let up. We shouldn't just say it's a done deal. It's not a done deal. No. It is definitely not. And we need to get our arguments in line so that every time we face this, we have a consistent argument. I think that's the most important thing. If we don't say anything, how are legislators, administrators going to know there's a need? I remember Kevin Kincannon, who used to be head of the Department of Human Services, said, "You've got to speak up. They don't know unless you tell them." We need to say it loud and clear. We need our seat in the financial ring.
Heritage is committed to advocacy, and we need more people to join us in our efforts. Advocacy is critical, especially during these challenging times of increased need and decreasing resources. Don't be intimidated by the process. Heritage and the people you just met will help you, teach you whatever you need. Please join us. We need you.